Welcome to episode 97 of Consignment Chats. It is our favorite. Samantha speaks, and she speaks once a month, although she speaks in the community a lot
I
more.
speak a lot.
Yeah. So we have some pretty good things we're going to be talking about today. At the end, I'm going to ask her a very specific question. And kind of put her on the spot. So listen up until the end. It's part of our Get Real series, and we're going to
Oh,
get real with Samantha. She doesn't know yet. I just kind of surprised her with it. So what's going on, Samantha?
so I was gonna get real right off the bat anyways,
Oh,
because I am gonna jinx this, but I got through my money mountain.
oh,
All like 20 million of them.
no. How did you do that? That is what we want to know.
So I haven't gone thrifting or garage sailing. I have not sourced for myself since the middle of August when we came back from our vacation.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah. I missed half of our fantabulous garage sale season. Um, yeah, but so many positives came out of it. So I quit thrifting or put a hold on thrifting because
Okay.
I still love it. Molly's not here to raise the hands and say yes, but I I love thrifting too, and I love shopping. And I feel like I get an extra little thrill when something that I sourced sells. So it was hard, especially since we have a very short window of garage sale season here, and I did very good and didn't go. So I didn't have a lot of the funds that I normally do. Our bills went up,
Okay.
sales went down, we went on a huge vacation, we did all this stuff. So that was part of the reason. The other part was my house. I wanted my house back. I had bags all over my living room. Every time a consignor would bring stuff, it would get piled in a different spot. And I had it all over the place. I had it under control for a little bit, and then it went crazy after vacation. And I just wanted my house back. I wanted a more streamlined process of when things come in, they come right to my room and I have a handle on like, okay, I can get those done in the next like 4 weeks and just
Okay.
have that.
Wow. I'm
Um,
like super impressed. And you guys are going to howl laugh. So, recording this, and Samantha hasn't seen our latest Get Real episode, which is all about money mountains and
oh,
dealing with them. It's not even at the time we're recording this, it's not posted, but it will be by the time this is released. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to link that baby up.
perfect.
Enjoy. Yeah, enjoy.
And then another thing was I had a wait list. I haven't accepted new consigners in years. I have so many
Okay.
people that ask all the time
Hmm.
and want to do it all the time, and I I just had too much. I had too much going on. When I worked in healthcare, I was working 60 hours a week. I almost stopped doing consignment altogether. I barely touched it. I don't know why anybody stuck with me. And then since I've went full time, I my consigners got super excited and they dropped off even more. So I just felt like I had a full plate. So with going through my piles and not thrifting and not adding all that on, I was able to take on lots of new consigners. I had, well, let's see, today is Thursday and I've already had like 5 new consigners drop off this week. So
Hmm.
at that
Wow.
part, yeah, I contacted everybody on my wait list and went through a bunch of people.
Wow.
And some of those people, I'm like, I feel so silly emailing these people or sending them a Facebook message because they've been on this list for like 2 years. Like, would why? They've forgotten about me. They got rid of their stuff already.
I
This is
bet they
dumb.
didn't.
They didn't. They're all like, "Oh yeah, I can drop off Tuesday."
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. So it's been really good and it put a boost as far as I thought I was gonna like miss thrifting, which I do. I love shopping. I love doing all
Hmm.
that stuff. But I thought I was going to get like bored. I have a real problem being bored. When I worked in medical, I couldn't work in one office. I had to bounce around and do all the things because otherwise I get bored and then
I'm with you on that totally.
yeah.
I need to change things up frequently, even throughout my day, even like by the hour sometimes. I can't do repetitive tasks.
Yep.
Well,
which is why I can't niche down either, because I don't know, I would be too bored. I have to sell everything. So it's been nice though, getting new. I get like that anticipation but excitement when a new consignor drops stuff off, because like I've told them what I take and how it works, but still you don't know what you're gonna get when you open that box. And it's
mm-hmm.
been a long time since I had that feeling, because I knew my people and I knew pretty much what they were gonna bring me. So it's been fun. It's been
Oh,
very exciting.
wow. All right. That's really a positive. I feel like you are going to be our role model now for a Money Mountains, hiking up Money Mountains. I think we need you. We need you.
I'm just happy to have my living room back. So
Yeah, I bet. I bet. I don't know what that's like yet. I am in the midst of a huge number of consignments, a huge number of consignments. So I'm in the thick of climbing those mountains right now, which brings me to a point.
yeah,
We've talked about this several times on consignment chats. The ability to say no is a
yes,
huge part of our consignment business, and to know what to say no to, right? And
hmm,
sometimes when we're trying to do that on the fly, we make mistakes, or, if we're not seasoned, if we're new to this, we can definitely make mistakes with that. And I just want to shout out on the Consign Cloud blog, there is an awesome article about, and I'll probably link that up on social media, but there's an awesome article about how to say no in a kind and gracious way. Because I think it's something we all struggle with. We're not
yes.
good at saying no in all
And I,
aspects. Yeah.
for sure, for sure. And I have had some people lately. So I started saying no. Oh, I have the worst timing ever. I started saying no on children's consignment. I don't like children's clothes, specifically infant, up to like size 10. I
Mhm.
have no desire to do it. I don't feel like I get a good uh, return on investment. And
Mhm.
I just don't like them. It doesn't bring me joy. So I have started saying no to that size of clothing and shoes. I have had people be so mean to me. Like new
Mm.
people, we'll talk about consignment, we'll talk about the whole process. I'll send them my agreement, the whole thing, and then I'll tell them no kids clothes these sizes. Well, I'll just give them to you. I'll just drop them off anyways, and
Mm.
then you just keep all the profits. Or you just, I don't
Mhm.
understand why you won't do this. I don't understand why, who cares if it makes you happy or not, or who. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had to
Yeah.
tell people no, flat out, like you can't. And I'm still worried that I'm gonna get random bags of stuff on my porch because they just want to get rid of it. So the unfortunate timing of this all was I decided no kids clothes, because the only other consignment in like 100-mile radius of me was a children's consignment 4 blocks away in my town.
Oh,
They closed like 3 days ago, or maybe it's November, the end of November, October and November. They're
but they're
closing.
closing. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So
So
that was
so
some
now people are
interesting timing.
extra mad at me because they're like, "Well, what do I do?" And I'm like, I don't know, but I don't want to sell it."
Yeah. All right. So if you're listening to this, drop some information in the comments. Let us know how you handle situations like that. If there's something you say to people, if whatever, let us know. Maybe you have a great way that you handle this. Um, I generally will fire consigners that repeatedly do that, or get a little pushy, because for me, I have an abundance of consigners, and it can be a red flag for other things. Like if somebody is going to want to tell me how to run my business, and maybe I'm a little too harsh with this, but if somebody wants to tell me how I can run my business better, or somebody that's not doing it. I mean, I love advice, constructive criticism, that sort of thing. But somebody that I feel is crossing that line, that doesn't really know the industry, I feel like it can be a red flag, and I usually end up getting rid of them. The other thing I've done is just say, if you want to drop those things off, and I work with local thrift stores or whatever, for things I can't take. I have a consignment store I work with that's up the street that I also do that with. If there are things I don't take, just be aware that they will get, donated, consigned elsewhere. We will find a new home for them, but I will not consign them. And
Hmm.
sometimes people are just happy with that. They just want somebody to sort their items, and That's a service that I provide in my business. It's not something that you want to do with children's clothes. I understand that, but that's
Right.
one thing I do.
And with all the other things that I take, I am very upfront with that. You can
Hmm.
drop off. I do 4 bag or box maximum per drop off. Some people
Oh,
are scheduled every 2 weeks. They just drop off every 2 weeks, 4 boxes. And I just tell them I will sort through it all. I will keep what I think I'm going to sell and I will donate the rest. And that's just how it is. And nobody cares. They just want their stuff out of their house. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, that sounds very similar to how, how I do it as well, because what we found, like we were constantly having this struggle with drop-offs, right? People, I'm going to say that have money, like my higher end consigners, do not want to be bothered sorting through their items. So if I tell them, just place items, $40 and up in the boxes, guess what? It's too much trouble. They're not going to do it. So I just
yeah.
say, put everything in the box. And sometimes those boxes are mixes of really high end and really low end items. And I
Yep.
always say, all right, that's part of our service is we sort it for you and we'll make those decisions. And I found I've done better with that rather than putting restrictions on, especially people that have that, have money. They don't want to be bothered. They
Yep.
really don't want to be bothered. And I don't want to lose those high-end items you know, as a consignment business.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something to think about, like for people that are out there and, only saying and putting restrictions on things. Just be aware that some people, and it depends on your clientele totally and your consigners, but some people just can't be bothered.
Yeah, I've found that too.
Yeah.
And that's why I just put that restriction on the amount of items they can bring. Because if I end up keeping all of it, then I have a couple weeks to get through 4 boxes. If I only keep 1 box out of all of them, then okay, great. I can get through the other people's stuff. And then it works out. If they consistently drop off tons of stuff, like they're 4 boxes and I'm only keeping one or half of it, if it's not enough to keep going, then I'll let them know, like, hey, I've been doing, donating a lot of stuff lately, or hey, and sometimes you gotta fire those people. Like, it's just
Yeah.
not working out. You're not bringing me enough. But
Yeah, yeah. Or it's just, it's just not a good relationship. It's not for you. It's
mm-mm,
not mutually beneficial, you know. Yeah.
yep.
It's a hard part of the job, right? I always say like on our episode, um, the top 5 challenges of consignment, number one is dealing with people. Like number one reason people don't want to do consignment or don't want to add that into their reselling business. It's challenging
Mm-hmm.
for sure. I mean, we have so many tips and tricks about how to navigate that successfully and add it into your reselling business. But it is a challenge you need to consider.
Yep. Don't be afraid to say no.
Don't be afraid to say no. Absolutely. Practice it with your family, practice it with your friends. You know,
Family is the worst sometimes. They're the
I know.
best and the worst all at the same time.
I know. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just want to make them, I mean, you want to make everybody happy, but you definitely want to make your family happy. And yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
saying no is definitely a practice skill. Maybe we should put
Yep.
together like a reel on like 5 different ways to say no.
There you go.
That would be kind of fun.
Yeah. You've been
Ooh.
killing it with reels. I saw the one that you guys like just posted. You guys are doing great.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. It's
You got like
fun.
multiple pictures going on and the voiceover and the whole, and I'm like, I'm just sitting here posting a video about my dog, going, that should be good enough.
And the dog ones, like you said, are always a hit, right?
It's so funny. I will post Monday through Friday. I'll have a reel every single day. Like I think it was last week or the week before, every
Every
single day.
day.
And I'm
Wow.
like, bam, killing it. 10 likes, 15 likes, 25 likes. I post a video of my dog running through some leaves and it's got 500 likes. And it's
Mm-hmm.
still getting likes every day. I'm like, that has
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with consignment.
Well, yeah. So I always say my mom is the highest performing whenever I post for the for my business. I think I might have done one on C chats too, like something with my mom in it because she works with me. And
Mm-hmm.
she always crushes it. She always You're the highest performing. But she got beat by one And it was the most random thing. I was just playing around, experimenting, and I accidentally posted it on the consignment chats um, page instead of the other one. Okay. But it has like, oh God, I don't know how many 100,000, not 100,000, maybe like over 10,000, I think. I don't even
Nice.
know. I don't, it's just crazy. And it's the
Right.
egg mazing machine. Have you ever seen those? It
Mm-mm.
was a Shark Tank product where you decorate your Easter eggs, and I just found it like very like soothing and relaxing, and it just went off the charts. And I'm like, well, I can't take it down now, right? Even because I
Right.
posted it accidentally. But it's weird what the algorithm picks up and what people like or watch or view. But that is
Mm-hmm.
our highest performing one. It has nothing to do with consignment. It was posted accidentally, and people loved it.
That's awesome.
So weird, so random. Oh, I'm glad to hear that you're real. So, we talked about, and I think this is one of the things we talked about in our Patreon group as well, was your your goal was to do social media every day and post on social media every day. And do you want to talk about that and how that's going and your thoughts on it?
Yeah, so September I did really well, and most of the days I was posting a reel. So my goal is at least 5 days a week, one Facebook post, one Instagram post. They're normally the same. I just post them at different times. And then a reel, which I do link my reels, so I just share them on Instagram and they automatically show on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, that was my goal, 5 days a week. September, I did very well, only missed a few days, even through some weekends in there. And then the beginning of October, I did great. And then I don't know what happened with October. I have been doing so good for the last year. This week was my 1 year anniversary of being full time.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Thank you.
I didn't even know. Oh my gosh.
And
Wow.
I don't know, the last couple weeks there's been so many changes and things we've been doing, and I've had a lot of positives, but I've just been felt emotionally like in a slump. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but my calendar turned over and I wrote my goals out and I've been meeting them. And sometimes you got to go back to goals that I had in September and just start at my baseline and move
Yeah.
forward. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not doing too great on the social media front though. I'm having like a writer's block this week. Normally Mondays, I
Hmm.
get up and I can do like all my reels like on Monday morning. It just feels like yeah. I don't remember what happened Monday morning, but I definitely didn't make any reels.
Yeah, you got out of the swing of things, huh? I know sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. Like it's definitely happened to me even before C chats when it was just me in the business really doing all the social media. And yeah, I'd be good. And then all of a sudden it'd be like, I can't think of a single thing.
hmm But I
Like some weeks
also,
I'd have a million things. And
but I
then
also
I would
haven't,
just, oh.
yeah, I haven't spent a lot of time on social media either, though.
Hmm.
Like a lot of times I'll get up and I'll look through reels and then I'll be like, oh, I can use this audio for this idea or whatever. I have tons of audio saved and I don't remember why I saved any of it. Um, and I just haven't been flipping through videos. I got a bunch of new consigners. I'm trying to keep up.
Right. And all right, so here's something, and I think everybody struggles with this, is like how do you balance? How do you balance the time you're spending on, social media versus consignment? And like I'm very much struggling right now with the balance between my business, Conchi Consignment, and
hmm
consignment chats because they are two totally separate businesses, and I'm really struggling with the balance.
Yeah, especially since consignment chats is gonna give you your community as far as people that know what you're going through and
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing and seeing all that. But Kanji is your community of, your actual community and the people that are buying things and the money that you're making.
The money all comes
Yeah,
from my business from Conchi
right.
Consignment, right? So, um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's sometimes a hard line to walk. Are there any specific tools you use to manage that? Do you use like a paper calendar? Or do you just kind of do what you feel like?
So I set my phone down a lot, I can tell you that. I if I'm holding my phone, I need to be listening. If I am not listening, if I'm doing something on my computer or if I'm going to cook dinner, or if I've been trying to just set my phone down, because then I'll start scrolling, I'll start flipping through stuff. And next thing I know, an hour's gone by. And what have I done with that time? So when I want to post like Monday mornings, that's when I start scrolling through and trying to get into the mode of like
Mm-hmm.
creativity and like let's make stuff. And I try to just set aside just a couple hours so then I can go turn my phone off and set it down. Um, Goal wise, I use this calendar. It's a family calendar. It'll probably be backwards on here. But
No, it's right.
it has all the dates on the side, and then it has a spot up here where you're supposed to put in like family members' names. But I put in my goals. So I have like how many listings I want each day, Facebook, Instagram, Reels, and then my auctions because I list in Consign Cloud and then I list on my auctions and I have daily goals for both of them. And then I just do tally marks and try to keep track that way.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. I think goals are really, really important and realistic goals. Let's talk about realistic goals just for a second here. I constantly, come across, as I'm sure you do, people that set unrealistic goals and end up quitting and disappointed. Um,
So
yeah.
so I was one of those people in our last Patreon. I was like, I'm going to list 20, 25 a day because I've been doing 15 and I'm killing 15 and that's great. And then Shopify and eBay changed things and I switched List Perfectly, which has been fantastic, but it was a big change. I started selling on two more platforms. I had so many things.
Right,
25 is not
let's talk. All right, so let's talk about. I really want to get into what happened with the eBay Shopify app, because it has been, for people that use it, it blindsided us and it totally changed our business processes. We both fall into that category. Very differently though, we fall into that category because we did use it differently.
mhm,
Um, so yeah, in as of the end of 2022, the eBay Shopify app is being discontinued. For us, it was a very seamless process to go from our consignment software. Everything just automatically flows into Shopify, and then it connected to eBay. It adjusted our inventory, our quantities. It was all automated. It was beautiful, and it's going away. Like, we got to get off of it. It doesn't even work correctly now because I'm still using it for those legacy listings I have. It's not
right.
even working correctly.
Oh,
I'm just really angry and frustrated, and I don't usually get like that. Um, so we're
so
pivoting.
I didn't want to feel that pit in my stomach just waiting until the end of the year to figure out or change or
Yeah.
delete. I deleted it like the same week. I was like, fine then, screw you. I deleted it. And and then that's when I signed up for List Perfectly. So, and I had just started listing on Mercari, which I love Mercari. Um,
Oh, all right, great.
yeah.
Oh, I
So
want your perspective.
I had started that the week before. So now I post in Consign Cloud. It goes to Shopify. I copy from Shopify into List Perfectly. And then from List Perfectly, I put it on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, and then sometimes Facebook Marketplace. I don't like Facebook Marketplace. I don't know why. It just,
It was always my number two for the past two 2.5 years. I don't know, since when they started shipping, it's been my number two platform. It went eBay,
really?
Facebook Marketplace. Yep, it's been consistently. And I can tell you it completely dropped off about 6 weeks ago. Just completely dropped
Oh,
off.
about the time I started posting on there.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I don't know whether it's me. I don't, because I mean, I did really well on Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, let us know in the comments if you sell on Facebook
Yeah.
Marketplace, if it's working for you, if you saw the drop off that I've seen. Yeah, not thrilled.
I
Not
haven't sold
thrilled.
anything on there. I've sold local thing, like local pickup things, because
Mm-hmm.
that's my jam. That's all I did before I went full time was local pickup. But I I haven't printed a label from Facebook Marketplace in I don't know how long. I don't have a ton of things on there because I kind of gave up on it recently, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it doesn't really do much for me. But Mercari, I love Mercari. I
Wow.
have sold the most random stuff on there. I
Like what? Like what?
Like Life magazines that I like from the
Oh,
50s that I've had sitting
yeah, those
forever.
aren't so easy to sell on other marketplaces. Okay.
No, I had them listed for like 10 bucks or lots for like 20.
Mm-hmm.
They sold within hours on Macari.
Oh,
And
that's
with List Perfectly,
interesting.
it took 2 clicks because it just
Right.
copies everything right over. So it was the same exact listing that I had everywhere else. And I sold almost all of them. I think I might have 2 magazines left. And I had a bunch.
Oh, you might inspire me to add Mercari back into the mix. All right,
And then
so
like,
I'm going like you from Consign Cloud Shopify, then everything
mhm,
goes into List Perfectly and I put it on eBay, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, their new listing party. I've been adding them to that,
I haven't done
which
that
bumps
yet.
your SEO, which is, oh yeah, put
Okay.
them on there. And it
Okay.
doesn't, you don't have to take any additional steps as well, but we'll do a
Awesome.
video on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, super fun. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. And I've sold on Macari for, I don't know, since it was born, since Macari's been around. But I stopped because it got too I had to touch the items too much and I didn't love that and I couldn't do
Uh,
multi-quantity. So I did stop. Like the amount of sales I was doing didn't, it didn't make sense. But maybe those things that really aren't selling, maybe I am gonna I mean, it's so easy. It's just a click of a couple buttons through List Perfectly. I'm already set up.
right.
Ooh,
I
you
have,
inspired me.
I think I've outsold Poshmark on Mercari. And I've been on Poshmark for a while and been
Yeah.
really trying at it for several months. And within like 2 weeks, I already had more sales on Mercari.
Oh, that's interesting. Now, I have to say, you guys have heard me say my thoughts on Poshmark and how it was like the bad boyfriend you can't get rid of. And, every once in a while you get a sale and you go running back. And, it's just this like, I've been on Poshmark since it started. I've had this horrible relationship, really just toxic relationship with Poshmark. Okay. But yes, I went back again. I have to say, went back
So,
again. And
so
it's
how's
been
it
going
going?
really well.
Good.
I've been very happy. I'm not happy with the fees. I think the fees are very high, especially when you're doing consignment. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
I think
But I mark everything up.
right. Mm-hmm.
That is the only platform that I really mess with. Everything is priced the same from my website to eBay to Mercari. Mercari, I might add a couple dollars, but their fees are very similar to eBay's. And then Poshmark, I'm like, add $5 to everything. Or even more because then I'm making offers because nothing sells without an offer on Poshmark, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
And probably because I price them higher, but still it ends up being the same. And then yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So
their fees are
I'm
very
back
high.
with Poshmark. I'm liking it. Um, I'm not
Call me
loving it, but I'm
call
liking
me
it.
when they start abusing you again. Just I'm here for you.
I didn't make a Poshmark sale today, so I don't know. Maybe this is like the downward. I've been pretty consistent, and there were no sales today. So, but eBay is always my number one. I mean, I can't. Nothing has ever performed close to that for us. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah. All right. So, what else do you have on your list to talk about?
So I have one more question.
Yeah.
This is kind of for everybody watching. Sorry, I'm being weird with my camera. I got these adorable bobby pins, like
Oh, so cute.
old school, super cute. These ones are bees. They're a little weird, but they're cute. They all have 99-cent stickers on them. So my question is for everybody in the comments, would you leave the stickers on or would you try to take them off? This one obviously has some damage to it, but would you leave those on? They're going to sell for way more than 99 cents each, but what would you do?
Mm, mm.
I personally am going to leave them on. I think it'll cause more damage to take them off. And I don't think anybody's going to care because they are older bobby pins. What would you do,
Now,
Logan?
now, what? How old are they? What
I
would you
have
say the like vintage?
no idea, but there's
I
only like one other one posted that I found when I quickly looked this morning, but
yeah.
they seem older. They were made in Korea. Anything made in Korea anymore?
Not no. No, I
Right.
rarely get it. Yeah, it's just the older items that are made in Korea usually.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I would say it because they're vintage. I would just keep it on and keep it as is. or maybe put a Sharpie line through that. But I like to keep, like for vintage items, I keep the price tags on. If it was a newer item that had a 99 cent, I would absolutely do everything I could
Yes.
to take or a very discounted price. I do everything I can to take it off.
Yes.
But I'm curious what everybody else's thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I've had a lot of new with tags item this week too, and as I'm snipping TJ Maxx tags off of the original tags and things, I've been wondering what everybody else does.
Yeah. Oh, good question. I can't wait to find out. I'm probably going to get we're going to get some good pointers. I know it. I
I
know
hope
it.
so.
All right. So my question for you was, and I can't believe you brought this up first thing, was I wanted to see your money mountain. And it's gone.
Falling.
So
I'm really falling.
I
have 3 of these up here right now. And then new consignment downstairs. But these 3 bags that are up here right now, those are from 3 weeks ago. That's my oldest inventory at the moment.
wow.
Oldest unlisted inventory.
Wow. All right. So instead of saying your money mountain, we're going to say you're our new hero. That is what we are taking away from this. You are going to be our trail guide. There's a Sherpa guiding us up the mountain. So thank you for that. That's awesome. All right.
It's hard. I'm in a couple like death pile groups on Facebook and stuff. And it's hard now. I gotta get out of them. I was in them just for like people would share like really inspirational things like you can do it today. And I never had like a huge death pile, but it had consumed my home. There were bags in every room.
Sure.
I know you know how that goes.
Yep.
And so now I'm in it, and now it just seems really depressing. And I just want to be like, everybody can do it. It's not hard. Quit buying shit. Like you can do it. But I know that's not what they're looking for. So
yeah, some people just want we found this doing the podcast. Like some people just want to be reaffirmed with where they are. Yes. And yeah, I know that's not what we're about. We're more about like the tough love, like let's get it done. Let's be serious about this. Like I don't want to just
grow and be
complain.
Better.
Yeah, yes. I don't want to just complain. I mean, I do find myself doing that sometimes, but usually you or Molly will kind of slap me out of it. So or somebody in the community, like, come on, like with that eBay Shopify thing,
We're allowed to be real. We are allowed to say some stuff gets hard. My sales were crap this summer. There was stuff that's hard, but you got to pivot, you got to move on, and you got to get through it.
Yeah. And we've been doing it. We've been doing it, and so many of our community members have been doing it. If you haven't joined our free private Facebook community, the link is in the show notes, or it is on the consignmentchats.com website. Go ahead and link up with us if you want some, I don't want to say tough love, because sometimes it's just support. It's just support and motivation. Realistic inspiration from people that are walking the walk. Yeah. And some of these people we don't see on social media other than in the Facebook community because they got their heads down. They are doing their thing and they are making their money. They are supporting their family, making extra income, whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, there are people there that you will meet that you probably wouldn't otherwise. Very successful sellers. Yeah. Or that have brick and mortar stores and aren't on their computer all day. I didn't even know there was like a whole community out there until I closed the brick and mortar and went online, and I had to be on the computer more. I'm like, wow, there's people out there doing what I do. This is so cool.
Right?
Yeah. This is so cool.
And we have such a mix in the group. There's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I love it. Keeps me on my toes. All right. Well, until next time.
Yes. Thank you for my morning boost of inspiration.
Yay. Thanks for joining Libby and Molly, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we build a resourceful community of collaborative resellers. Find all the ways to connect with us at consignmentchats.com. Episodes are available on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts. In addition, You can find us on Facebook in our Consignment Chats community. Until next time.